So I'm George Farrow. I'm the Assistant Superintendent for District Services.
And I'm Nikki Sinishnewe, so I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Educational Services and Equity and Compliance.
Tell us about this always exciting event that seems to me to be just growing year by year.
So it does grow year by year, and I think one of the things that's great is that we incorporate now all schools and different fields. So now it's not just art, it's not just music. We try to bring everybody together so everybody's showcased, and it's a great event for the community.
I think it's a wonderful opportunity for the entire district to showcase what they're doing. We have amazing art teachers, music teachers, related arts, and this is an opportunity for them to showcase what they do. And you can see, if you've had an opportunity to look around, there's some exceptional students and artists here in our district, both through the arts and the music and everything they're providing tonight. And we advertised it a lot in our district newsletter, and the turnout's amazing. So, yeah.
Can you speak at all to how the program is adapted from your view over the years?
Sure, and I think a lot of what's taken place is we've now done art that's in mainstream media a little bit more. And so some of our staff has adapted to that, and there's a lot more student input into what they want to do, and what their genres are. If you look right now at the high school is their concert band and their jazz band, and all their concerts were last week. So tonight it's like improv based on what students can do, based on their individual talents, and I think that's what's changed is we have a lot more student input into what their skills are.
So it's not just like the traditional sort of portraits or landscape art, or what you kind of think about with ceramics even. I mean, it is definitely expanded. We have, even the music has expanded into taking in the technology, so and how to play with music and use computers and technology to adapt sound and things like that. So I think that is all on display here. And another thing I just want to comment on is they bring in the culinary piece as well, because we have a pretty robust culinary program at Whitman-Hanson, and they're making a donation to the food pantries tonight with anything they raise around what they sell for the plates, which is exciting. So it's a real community event where the arts and the schools are supporting the communities as well. So, yeah.
Where you guys are in the administrative level, is there anything you can say about how this event has sort of changed as the curriculum has perhaps changed a little bit? Or is that out of your purview, maybe more?
Well, I think that what we try to showcase here is to say that the arts are important. That sometimes, especially in a tight budget, we see other school districts that they look at and they cut the arts first. And for us, we're saying, no, this is as important as any other activities that we offer here. It's an educational opportunity for our students. It's interdisciplinary. They work a lot, especially the younger elementary grades, with their gen ed teachers, and they're incorporating reading and writing and math into what they're providing in those related arts. So I think that that's what you would see, and if you're able to walk around here. Yeah.
I think the only thing I would add that's changed is that now we have a much wider community focus for the arts. So now we're asking for families to come in to showcase it. We're asking for the multi-grade levels to show what they have. So instead of just a single high school event, elementary event, or middle school event, we're trying to do things that bring the whole community together and then highlight the arts, because they are so important.
So we did this event, the last time I shot it was in Rockland with you. Tell us about,
right after COVID.
Right after COVID. But tell us about this event. From that time, this event has grown huge.
Yeah.
Tell us about the event today.
Well, we did the library over, and it was good to showcase the library. We've also switched now. We do something in the fall and something in the spring. So it's a little different, and we're still getting the crowds, which is wonderful. It's become more of a K through 12. It always represented K through 12, but but we've developed the whole district-wide part of it more. We also focus a lot on Senior Showcase, which features, this year it features about 8 of our seniors who've taken a lot of art classes, and they all have their own section in there. The music is great that the students do. The culinary kids did chili and desserts, cookies and brownies and things like that. So it's a real group effort.
I think it's a big-time community event. Like the community really shows up.
It is amazing to see the community show up, and we do a lot that's for charity. The kids make plates throughout the year, and we sell them to raise money for the food pantries. The culinary kids, all of the donations for the food go to the food pantries. So it's a great event for them to, support the arts and support the community all at the same time.
What do we see with the students who get started here and doing this art? Like, a lot of them go off to art school. Like, what's kind of next step for these seniors after this big show here at the end of the school year?
Yeah, it's interesting. They're definitely, I just talked to one of the kids who's graduating from art school who came back this year. She's been in college for 4 years, and now she's going off to try and get a job in animation. We have 2 students that are in the Senior Showcase that are going on to art school. But we also have a lot of kids who have developed an interest and a love of art, but they also want to do something else. They might be going into nursing, but they want to continue using art as a self-expression and a relaxation. So there's a lot of different levels of interest in art, but a lot of them continue it, in one manner or another when they leave here. This is a show that includes art from kindergarten all the way to high school seniors that we're featuring tonight. There's plenty of art activities. The Art and Action Club runs face painting and there's somebody dressed up as Spider-Man and they're doing figure drawing, and there's a ton of different art activities. A scavenger hunt where you can go through, find all the different things that are hidden in the artwork. And there's great music by the music students. There's great food presented by the culinary, and a lot of fun and a lot of interest in the community. We're lucky to have an administration and the community that supports the arts and has allowed us to be able to support something like this.
Hi everybody. I'm Chris Marr. I'm one of the art teachers here. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. But we have a special opportunity right now. I want to introduce you to the Plymouth County Sheriff, Joseph McDonald. And I want to thank him and his team for coming tonight and for providing us an opportunity to have our students work with the Sheriff's Department to design a van, to design the wrap on a van for the Sheriff's Department. And I want to thank all of his team for coming. All right, time to go. Yeah. I want to thank all of his team for coming tonight to support our art program and our students. And I'm going to let Sheriff McDonald take it from here.
Well, thank you, Christina. I appreciate that. And I want to thank everybody for coming out, the kids, the moms, the dads, the aunts, the uncles. This community really comes out for its own. And I have to say that as I walked in this evening, I took the scenic route. And I think that's a very difficult thing not to do tonight because there's so much wonderful artwork that's hanging up. I want to congratulate all of the students, K through 12, that did this. But I also want to reach out and I want to thank everybody. I want to thank people countywide because We had a project, we weren't quite sure how we could accomplish that. As people probably know, there are some real challenges of late. Sure, thank you. There's some real challenges of late in trying to recruit young officers to work at a sheriff's office or a police department. We've been struggling, and not just here in Plymouth County, but everywhere. So we wanted to find a way that we could get the word out in public that we were looking for people, and what a great career that it is for anybody, you know, for young men, for young women, whether you want to work in security, whether you want to work in programs or rehabilitation, things like that, a crime lab. We have so many things going on down there. The difficult part, like anything else, is getting the word out. How do we let people know, number one, that we're there, and number two, we'd love to have you with us. So to that end, we put out a request for design, and we did this request for design not just here in the Whitman-Hanson region, we did it countywide. So all 27 communities, all of the high schools received that request that we wanted to do that. The next step for us was to put together a panel of judges for this. And one of our judges, Ms. Susie Lordy, is right here. She's the CEO of 24 Hour Power. Her whole program is about artwork. And I think, you know, Susie, what do you think? This is really something, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you come on up here and stand with me? Oh, you're most welcome. So we had Susie. We also had an award-winning photojournalist, Mr. Greg Durr, who has had his photographs featured in local newspapers, the Boston Globe, the Patriot Ledger, all of those, and even some of the smaller local papers. He was there as well as a judge, and an advertising executive, because basically at the end of the day, this was what this was about. We were looking for some artwork that would grab your attention, tell you what it is we were up to, and pull you right in. So we thought having an ad guy there would be a good thing too. His name is Dana Dolabany. Now Dana Dolabany lives down in Plymouth, but he's a real big wheel in the advertising world. And if you've ever been to CVS or seen any of their ads, you've seen his work. CVS, big deal. So we put it out countywide. In total, we had 40 submissions received from student artists all throughout the 27 communities of Plymouth County here. I want to, this isn't my notes, and I would be remiss if I didn't say that. Christina Marr, your art teacher, she is really dedicated to this. Thank you for everything that you've done. You know, it's wonderful when I come and I see something like this, and I see an educator like yourself who's really so dedicated to what it is that you do. And I see that you have reached these kids in a way that most people couldn't do. So I congratulate you. Thank you. So I had something prepared. I don't usually read these things, so I think I'll just skip that. But I did want to say, you know, we've got, you know, we're standing here in front of a window with the shade that's drawn for a reason. And we wanted to perhaps raise that sail and show you what it was. But I do want to grab, I do have, you know, it's interesting to note that the winner of this contest and the runner-up, the first runner-up of this contest, both from here. I mean, how impressive is that? That's a tribute to the talent of this community and the quality of the artwork that you're producing. So I want to, Sophia Medivir, am I pronouncing? Mativir, you know, it's funny. I was asking how I should pronounce your name before I came here, and that was how I pronounced it. And somebody who will remain nameless, Ed, told me it was Medivir, like Guinevere. No, but I got it right. So, Sophia, I want to give you a letter thanking you for your hard work. And there's a gift card in there too, so. Come on over. And this was her wonderful design. How great is that? Don't go too far. All right. And now, without any further ado, I know people are curious probably about, hey, what does this van look like? We can pull up that shade. So you must be Maddie Averill.
Yes.
And I pronounced your name correctly, did I not?
Pretty close.
Pretty close. Good enough. Well, Maddie, thank you. Look at these designs and how professional these designs really are. Now, the sad part for us, at least in the short run, is that we were only able to wrap one van so far. But I'm hoping that very soon we'll be able to wrap another van. So as you travel the county, you might see either one or both of those designs out there, reaching out, grabbing people and pulling them in. So we certainly appreciate that. And I have
Thank you.
a letter of thanks and a gift card for you as well. So I just want to thank the ladies for their hard work. I want them to know, and I want everybody here to know, that we're going to be circulating this van throughout the county. People will see that. Hopefully they will respond positively, come and take or seek a career with the Sheriff's Office.
With paid training?
Paid training. And if there's anybody here that is interested in a career at the Sheriff's Office, either in any of the things we've done, security or the crime lab or programs and rehabilitation, education, please let us know. Susie comes in as a volunteer all the time. You know, the Plymouth County Sheriff's Office is, the correctional facility is a town in and of itself. So I thank everybody for coming out here tonight, for having enjoyed this with us. I'm having a ball. And ladies, thank you for your wonderful work. I see very bright futures for both of you. So thank you.
How's it gonna be when it goes down? How's it gonna be?